Hey, Sean here from SpeedQBView.com. So I went to my first competition. Now I didn't even plan on going to one, but it was around where I lived and I was free that day, so I figured why not. And I want to talk to you guys about what it's like to go to your first competition. So I was first looking on the website to see if there's anything near me. I'll link that in the description below. And I noticed there's something about 3 weeks away and about 45 minutes from me, so I figured why not. So other events that were going on that day besides 3x3 was also 4x4, one-handed, pure mix, and blind. Now I know how to solve a pure mix just intuitively, but I've never really done any practicing on it, so I figured that's not going to happen. But I know how to do 4x4, I know how to do blind, and I've tried one-handed, but I've never really practiced it. I figured why not anyways. Now none of those other events I've really practiced, so I figured in 3 weeks I need to learn how to do this a little bit better. But really I had to work on it because there's a cutoff. There's a type of cutoff where if you go beyond that, you're not allowed to finish the solve, and that's for time's sake. But there's another kind of cutoff that they have for 4x4, one-handed, and things like that, that if you don't pass it for the first 2 solves, you cannot do your final 3 in the average, and that's to save time. So 3x3 does not have this where you can't finish the last average. I think the regular cutoff is around 10 minutes to finish your solve, but there's nothing to not do all 5. For 4x4, the cutoff was 1.5 minutes. Now that's a pretty short time, and my average was around 1.5 minutes. So I thought, okay, I just need to work on this a little bit and I should be okay. On the day of the competition, I drove 45 minutes away to Ann Arbor, Michigan, and the first event at 8:30 was 4x4. So when I got there, what happens is you check in, and when you do your solves, there's 3 different things that happen. So you wait kind of in a separate area, and you give your cube to the scramblers. The scramblers will then scramble your cube, and then they will give it to someone who will be watching and timing your solve. Now the timer will reveal your cube and start a stopwatch and announce 8 and 12 seconds, so you know when you're getting to your 15-second time limit of observing the cube. After that, you place your hands on the timer and go. Now for my 2 4x4 solves, I completely messed up. My hands were cold, I was shaking, and I really just messed up some of the edge pairing and did not meet the cutoff. My 2 solves about 1:40, which was quite a bit worse than my normal average. From then on out, then I sort of became a judge and timed people's solves. After that was 3x3. I usually show some really good solves on this channel that I have. My average is around 16 seconds. Well, my very first solve was 22 seconds. I was not happy. After that, it got a bit better, and throughout the day, my solves kept averaging around 17 seconds. A little worse than my average, but I was happy with it. So as the day went on, I sometimes timed and judged, I sometimes actually went and scrambled, and other times became a runner, which is a person that transferred the cube from the scrambler to the tables. Throughout the day, I had some other events, like blind, which I did not get any successful attempts. One of my attempts, the very final corner, I did the wrong move and messed it up at the very end. So as far as how I normally do, this was a little bit worse, but it was still a lot of fun. Plus, sometimes you get to meet some really famous cubers. I didn't know that Rubik was going to be there until I was actually in the waiting station for 4x4 and he was sitting next to me. Now when you go to competitions, it's really nice to help out with the timing and judging, but make sure you read the rules and regulations first. There were some people that were solving cubes and kind of being distracting while I was trying to do my solves. I wasn't really upset because I was having a good time, but it can be really distracting, so make sure if you do that, you do your best to make sure everyone else has some good solves as well. Throughout the whole day, I was actually quite busy. Even though I only solved a little bit of the time, I was working a lot of the other time of scrambling, judging, running, and just also talking to other people. There was a lot of different cubers there and I met a lot of people. I think the biggest thing for me is now I really feel motivated to learn some other things. I want to learn how to do square one, which I never did before, but I saw someone using that there. I also want to start doing fewest moves. So my takeaway from a competition was not going there to win, but just going there for a fun day. I got to meet people who do the same things that I do, and a lot of people who watch my channel who now I got to meet in person. So if there's any competitions near you, try to go to them. Usually not that expensive to sign up, and it's just a ton of fun. So if you've never been to a competition and I didn't answer something that you're curious about, leave it in the comment section below. If you have been to a competition and you want to leave your thoughts, leave that as well. Hit like and subscribe for more content like this in the future, and as always, stop by SpeedQBView.com for more news and reviews.